What's an immediate red flag to hear from HR during a job interview? On 2 occasions I got a job offer, but the official salary was different than what was in the job listing. Each time I was told it was because listing a higher salary attracts more qualified candidates. Declined both offers right there on the spot. You need to buy X to start training. We're no longer a startup, but still have the startup culture. This really means 80 hours weeks and low pay even if the company is doing well. I always ask about training and learning curves. Every job I've had that went wrong, I noticed that when that question came up they stumbled. The current job I have, when I asked the question they had sparks in their eyes as they explained the whole process from day one of shadowing to the transition to working solo. And even when COVID hit they managed to continue without skipping a beat. Fast-paced work environment and we're a family. I'll tell you what I heard a few days ago in an interview. The woman was talking about how much work there is to do being a startup. I said, given that, I'm concerned about work-life balance. What is that like? She pauses and goes, that's a good question, which told me all I need to know, lol. Not always, but I've discovered there's usually a reason, and it's not your resume, when they seem overly eager to recruit you. Ask specifically about the turnover rate. You'll wear a lot of hats, we're going to make you do the work of 3 people but only pay you for 1. We have a hard time keeping people in this role. People realize this job sucks and bail out quick. Work hard, play hard. Translation: prepare to be worked so hard that your only options will be to quit or become a high-functioning alcoholic. If the word family is used, we expect flexibility with regard to schedules from our employees. In addition to your regular weekday hours, the need may arise for you to work evenings and occasionally on weekends. So, always be prepared to accommodate staffing demands. What would be the lowest salary you would work for? Absolute minimum that you can tolerate. What a nice way to make a possible new employee feel appreciated. When they don't allow you to ask questions, or you ask questions and their responses seem vague or deceptive. Interviews are a conversation, and so many people are horrible at conducting interviews. It's 99% and drilling a candidate. Anything that changes. Job title, pay, manager, interviewers, work location. A lot are saying hybrid and then want you in every day, etc. A lot of restaurants through the years "can you start tonight" means they are super understaffed. One time he asked if I can start now. Like interview's over, up on the line. They are interviewing for a position that is currently held by another person. HR asks for discretion since they have not told the employee they are being let go yet. I interviewed for a job recently with a small startup and they asked me if I had any questions. I told them work-life balance is important to me and asked what a typical workday looks like for their employees. They told me that was a risky thing to say in an interview and most startups would consider that question a red flag. I said I didn't need to work for that kind of company. Yay, we'll need you to come in for more interviews and then we'll discuss the salary. Expected to be on call 24/7. Literally from a job description for Universal Studios. Unless you're a brain surgeon, firefighter, etc. That. I once went for an interview for a very senior job and in passing I mentioned I am gay. There was an odd moment so I asked if that was likely to cause a problem because I didn't want to work somewhere where that got in the way. The senior director across the table said no, that's definitely not an issue for us or the company, but don't tell the CEO. Big personalities. I just quit a job after 2 years with nothing else lined up because the big personalities were killing me. Myers-Briggs or other pseudoscience BS. Interviewed for a pest control company receptionist job. The interview was going well, until my interviewer went off on a tangent about how godly and Christian the owners were. I politely ended the interview. Too many scoundrels hide behind a Bible, and use it as an excuse to treat the employees like garbage. I literally had one tell me it's not about what the company can do for you, It's only about what you can do for the company when the employees were complaining about compensation. We've had a hard time finding the right person for this position. And the job they describe is very different to what the advert described.